What's going on, guys? Coley K Proximitty here, bringing you a brand new video today. It's going to be a commentary basically breaking down my thoughts on the announcement of backwards compatible Halo titles with Combat Evolved, Halo 2 Classic, and Halo 3 coming to Xbox One. Now, really the one that people are focusing on the most is Halo 3, considering the Halo 3 10-year anniversary is coming up on us in a couple of months, and people are really expecting a Halo 3 anniversary remaster as we got with the previous two. Now, from my opinion, I want to break this down. I'm going to say this straight up from the beginning. I don't want to sound negative in this video, but I'm going to be brutally honest. I'm going to explain exactly how I feel. I don't feel like being overly positive in the situation is really beneficial. I want to explain my thoughts and really just lay it out there, how I feel about it. Now, I want to preface everything by saying Halo 3 is my absolute favorite Halo, so I was very excited to hear when, or not to hear, but to think that a Halo 3 anniversary was going to come out and that we were going to get a whole year of that probably before Halo 6, and I thought that was a really great thing. I think we really needed that. It was by far the most popular Halo that has ever been released. It is one of the highest played games on Xbox of all time. It was extremely popular. It would do wonders for the community, I think. It would really help regain some of the lost population. Now, I understand it is a different time period nowadays, and there's more options. There were less options back then. A lot of people like to point that out, that we're never going to have quite the same experience we had with Halo 3, simply because the options with games in modern times is different, and back then there weren't as many games to play. So, when Halo 3 was a good game, more people gravitated towards that than, say, some of the other options. And I definitely understand that. And I'm not saying that we were going to have the exact same experience as we did when Halo 3 was out the first time, but I still think it would have really benefited the community, as a lot of people currently don't like, Halo 5, and I think personally that if you don't like 343's titles, it would have been nice to have a nice remaster of a classic Bungie title, so you'd still have something relevant to play, something that still is, active. If we had a nice Halo 3 remaster, then, the people that like the classic feel can hang out on that. And when Halo 6 comes out, then, people could go and move on to Halo 6 that wanted to. And if they didn't like Halo 6, they could stay on Halo 3. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say that splits the community and that, we don't want that. We want everybody to be on the same game. And I definitely understand that, but it isn't the way it is, and that's not the way it's going to be, because too many people are already still playing classic Halos. Too many people are staying on MC. It's not a lot. Don't get me wrong, but there's not a lot of people that are actively playing Halo as it is right now, and that's the sad truth. The numbers are a lot less than they used to be. So the majority of the population's on Halo 5, from my understanding. It definitely seems that way, but there's still a good amount of people that are still playing Halo Reach. They're still playing MCC. They're still playing Halo 3 on the 360. There's a Halo 2 Vista community, so there's people that want to play the classic Halos, and I think, they should be given that option on a proper platform. MCC doesn't work properly. It never has, so that doesn't really do that for them. Now, on to my thoughts of the actual backwards compatible. I'm excited. I am. No matter what, looking at it from a logical and realistic standpoint, I feel kind of not that excited, but I still get a little bit, I want there to be an active Halo 3 population again, and I think this will really do that, but I only think it will do it for a couple of weeks, and my evidence for this would be Halo Reach. The population spiked. Black Ops 2, same thing happened, but then, it kind of dwindles down after people, get it out of their system. People don't miss the games, play it for a couple days, and they're like, okay, now I want to go play something else. I feel like that's going to happen. It'll be nice for the time that it is really popular, but to me, this doesn't really fill the void that H3A would have had, and I don't want to get into why. I don't understand why H3A didn't happen, but that's not the point of the video. I don't want to talk about that. It doesn't really fill that void, and to me, it definitely seems like 343 realized that they kind of messed up not making H3A, and this is their kind of cover-up for it. And the reason I say that is because this was not announced at E3, and to me, if this was in the plans to make this happen, this would have been announced at E3, because why not? It is the Halo 3 anniversary. It would have been something to announce that would have been really exciting. 343 got a lot of backlash for not really announcing anything Halo related. They didn't announce Halo 5 4K update, and they didn't announce this. I think they realized once the disappointing comments from the fans came back after E3, they decided to kind of make up for it. So we're going to get a Halo 5 4K update, which I don't really think matters too much, because people getting the Xbox One X aren't getting it for Halo 5. It's a cool thing for people to get it, but I don't really think it matters. And then, Halo 3 anniversary, I think, really needed to happen. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, I would rather them take more time to work on Halo 6. And I don't really think that, I agree, yes, I would like to have a good, polished game when it comes out, but if you gave us H3A, you could have spent a whole extra year working on Halo 6. So I don't really think that makes too much of a difference. And we don't have a release date on Halo 6, at least maybe not the exact day. I don't know if we have the year even. I think it's supposed to come out next year, but I'm not even sure. But the point is that for looking forward from a Halo fan's perspective right now, all we know is that we're getting Halo 3 backwards compatible. The population's going to spike. It's going to be fun, but I don't think people are going to stick around. Purely because, one, there's the fact that it's still not going to run that great. I mean, it's 640p. It's not even 720. It's not even true HD. The base resolution on the 360 was 640p. And then it's 30 FPS, which is really hard to go back to if you've played a lot of 60 FPS. This gameplay right here came from MCC. This is 60 FPS, you know, like, I don't like going backwards, but you know, it'll be what it is. We'll go back and it'll be fine. But I don't really think this replaces or fills the void that H3A would have had. And the reason I say that, again, if H3A would have come out, then this would have been a fresh title for like a year. If it would have worked properly, if they didn't do what they did to H2 with H2A, because that was a completely different game from Halo 2. But if they would have made a proper H3A, I think that would have really kept people's attention and kept people excited for a good, solid year. I think people would have played that at least for a year, maybe even 2, you know, and I know a lot of people would have stuck around. But right now, as a Halo fan, we've had Halo 5 for almost 2 years. We haven't had a big content update in a while. There's really nothing too exciting going on. I mean, we just got Snipers back, but that shouldn't have even, to me, like, that's silly because, like, we shouldn't have to get excited over Snipers getting back because it shouldn't have been gone in the first place. You know, right now there's not a great social experience. I don't like the rotating. I think the rotating playlist is a fine thing in Halo 5, but I personally don't like that when the good ones come around, they just leave. And that sucks. You know, if it were more experimental things, I wouldn't mind it, but some of the things are just like no-brainer playlists that they just move in and out, and it's frustrating. Halo 3, it's been out for 10 years. It's the same game as it came out 10 years ago, and the population's going to get a little bit bigger, but people that wanted to play it could have been playing it this entire time. Yeah, I'm sure a couple thousand more people will start playing it because they'll have the option to play it on their Xbox One instead of their 360, and that'll help. But I don't think it's going to be a real replacement. And I know that sounds really negative, but as it is right now, I don't think Halo is going to be extremely relevant by the time Halo 6 comes out, because if it's a whole year of this where we have nothing new, we have Halo 3 as it was 10 years ago, we have Halo 5 as it was 2 years ago, well, it's not exactly 2 years ago, but if we don't get a big update, if we don't have anything new to get people's attention, what are we going to do? Because I know I'm already feeling very stale on Halo 5. There's not much for me to do, and I feel for people that have the same feelings. I don't want to play that game for another year, 2 years. It's not fun right now to me to the point where I'd want to grind it that hard. So, and Halo 3's been out for 10 years, and I know a lot of people feel that way about it. And so I'm just a little bit worried because we need something new. And like, you know, I don't know what that solution would be, but we need something. And I'm not saying like 3 for 3, pull something out of your ass. I'm not saying like it's all on them, but the Halo community will suffer if new good game. Halo 6 could be the best Halo we've ever seen, hypothetically. But if not enough people are playing Halo, it's not going to be successful. And my evidence for this is Titanfall 2, man. Everybody I know that has played Titanfall 2 love the game. They think it's incredible. But like, I didn't even know Titanfall 2 came out until after it already come out. I didn't even know, like, I heard they were making one. Next thing I know, it's already out. And like, I say that because a lot of people like Titanfall, but when Titanfall 1 came out, it was pretty good, but it was missing a lot of things, and then people just went off and played other games. It didn't maintain relevancy. It wasn't a hot topic. It wasn't a game that was like continually talked about. And by the time Titanfall 2 came out, it had just gone over so many people's heads. And though people say the gameplay is great, people say the game is fun, it's not huge, it's not a big game, it doesn't have a very active population because it just wasn't relevant. That's what I fear for Halo. I want good things for Halo. Obviously, it's just my job to play Halo. I love the game. I hate sounding negative, but realistically, it has to be relevant. It's important that it is. And I don't know exactly how to fix that, but like maybe a big expansion of Halo 5, something. H3 I really thought was going to be the answer, and we didn't get it. And this, to me, is not going to make up for the void that was left. But those are my thoughts on the situation. Feel free to dislike the video and tell me how much I suck and I'm an asshole. And, you know, I try to be constructive here. I'm not trying to say that 3 for 3 is a bunch of idiots. I'm just trying to you know, give my thoughts out here. So hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for anybody that listened and didn't immediately demonize me. But yeah, take it easy, guys. Much love.